Hi everyone. Let me just share with my business page and we'll get started. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to my Facebook Live. And I'm really happy that you're here today, and I apologize for having to postpone from yesterday, but I hope that today is a good day for everyone. I appreciate you hanging out with me today. I had a challenge I put up actually last week and asked all of you if you would like me to create some masculine cards, and the response was overwhelming. So I thought I better do it, and it's not something that I do regularly, as you guys know, and they're not my favorite types of cards as well, but here they are, and I hope that you like them today. I use the Waterfront stamp set, which is right here, and the sentiments I pulled from the Label Me Bold stamp set. But before we get into this, I do have lots of announcements that I want to go over with you. So first of all, if you're new today, please let us know that you're new, and so that we can give you a warm welcome. Anyone who has questions, please make sure that you put them in all caps so I am certain to get back to you, because a lot of times I don't see them as we're going through the video. Okay, so with that being said, let me show you some of the things that I need to let you know about. Okay, I'll just pull these out of the way. Okay, so I announced my Dressed to Impress class to go, and I wanted to show you it a little bit in detail. For those of you that don't know what a class to go is, it's a class that I create and I mail to you so that you can create it in the comfort of your own home. Now I have a few different options for this class, but first I want to show you the projects themselves. And this time, normally I have 6 projects, but this time I did 7. So let me point these out to you. First of all, I have 3 greeting cards, which I think are just adorable. Let me show you the inside as well. I created this like a little shelf that the purses are on. I think that's so cute. So that's one card. I have this card right here, which is adorable. I think it's so cute, and I took this from the flag here and then added it on the inside. And I had this class all done, and I realized that this paper right here, I had a different paper on here from a different paper pack that matched. It was just on my desk, and I didn't even notice it. And then when I did, it stuck out like a sore thumb, so I had to pull it apart and redo it. This is the 3rd card, which I absolutely love. Okay, and then I have 4 of the 3D items, and this one is an adorable little purse. It has a little trim here, and this is it holds a Ghirardelli chocolate. Next, I have the Marcy chocolates in here, so I had to take this greeting from a different die set, but that would be die set for you, die cut. But isn't this adorable? And then let me see what else. This I have to take apart and show you. This is a little compact, and if you notice the paper here, I have a window sheet on here, but the paper matches this purse right here, all in the same DSP pack. And let me show you what's inside here. Okay, it has a peekaboo window, and then I have a mirror compact. Let me see if I can open this. hold on. I'm going to do it off there. See, it's a mirror. Okay, so I found this at Target, and underneath here is a different paper. So I just punched out a piece of our DSP, put it on there, and then I covered it with a window sheet so it stays nice in your purse. So that's really cute. This is another one. I'm not going to mess with the bow right now. And then since this is part of the set, I wanted to just add another one of these in. Okay, so those are the 7 projects. Let me tell you what the options are. Option number 1, you get all the make and takes. You get the bundle, which includes the stamp set and the die sets. And there's actually 2 of them in here because they all won't fit on one page. Okay, this is for somebody who doesn't have the framelets or the stamp set, because you do need that to complete this. It also includes a full roll of this ribbon. I go through this ribbon so quickly that I order it on every order. Okay, it also includes a full pack of rhinestones and the lovely lipstick dark marker. Okay, so all of that is included for option number 1, and it's $85. Option number 2 has everything here with exception of the bundle, and that's $44. Now those both ship priority mail for $8. Option number 3 is only $15, and that's the PDF. And you can find the PDF on my blog at stampinggala.com. Okay, now all of the PDF never goes away, so I have a PDF store on my blog. You can get to it at any time, and it works just like Amazon or anything else with a shopping cart. So you can click on what PDFs you'd like and send it off to a shopping cart. Okay, now option number 4 is for my downline or my team. My PDFs are available to my team anytime for free. So it's a real nice option, or a nice benefit of being on my team. You get all of my PDFs, which they can create classes out of it, and classes, you know, not classes to go, but if they have a class in their home that they want to do, it's all done for them. So anyway, that's a really nice option. And with Celebration right now, in addition to the benefits of joining my team, you also get a kit that's valued at $125 for $99, plus you get a mini trimmer, which is adorable, a pack of DSP, and a stamp set of your choice. So if you want more information on joining my team, I'd love to give you that information. Okay, in addition to that, anybody who, another thing that they get is I'm on a design team, and every month we have 12 different projects that are all put together by different designers, and they get this full PDF for free. And I have one in here also. And anyone who purchases $35 or more from me in any month, they get this for free as well. I turned in my project a few days ago for March's. It'll be out March 1st. I'll show you that card right now. This is the project that I turned in for the design team for March. And this is what the inside looks like. And this is under my umbrella, this stamp set. Okay, so that's that. My spring retreat in Findlay, it was sold out, but 2 people had to cancel. So I have 2 openings if you're interested in this. And this is April 18th. It's a all-day event. All the projects are planned out for you. All you need to do is show up with your adhesives, scissors, bone folders, things like that. If you want more information on this, I'll be happy to shoot you a link for this, or just send me a private message on Facebook and I'll get it to you. Okay, we're almost done with announcements. I did I just announced our brand new paper crafting cruise for February 28th through March 7th of next year. This is going to be on Royal Caribbean, Oasis of the Seas. It's a 7-day cruise. We'll be at sea 3 days, and those are the days we'll be doing our classes. So It's a whole lot of fun. The Oasis is a beautiful ship if you haven't been on it. We're going to Haiti, Jamaica, and Cozumel. We're going out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And pricing is really, really good, I think. It starts at $808 for interior cabin. If you would like information on this cruise, I'd love to have you join us. And I can send you a link for this as well. And I'm working with a travel agent that she'll send you a quote. And it's just going to be a whole lot of fun. So I'll plan all kinds of beautiful projects for while we're on the cruise. Okay? Now, I do have 2 drawings today. And one of them is going to be the French countryside stamp set. And the other one is going to be this beautiful bracelet that looks like an Alex and Ani. And I think it's just beautiful. It has a little rose on it. And it's like that. It's gold. If you like gold jewelry, I love it. But I have another one of these, so I don't need them both. But anyway, so what I'm doing is the French countryside, I'm going to mail to the winner for whoever shares this video. And I'll pull this on Monday. And I'm also trying to build my Pinterest page. So anyone who, for everything that you repin of mine from my Pinterest boards, you'll go into a drawing, and I'm going to pull one of those for this bracelet. So the way you can get to my Pinterest boards really easily is if you go to stampinggala.com, up in the upper right-hand corner, there's a little icon for Pinterest. Just click on that, and it'll bring you right to my Pinterest board. So if you repin 10 different posts or 10 different projects of mine, you'll be in the drawing 10 times. Okay, simple as that. And then you'll be in the drawing to win the bracelet. And it is beautiful. Okay, I did get this already on my blog. So all of the dimensions are there. And let me see, all of the products that I used as well. All you have to do is go there and download it or save it to your computer. And then if you place a minimum $35 order by Sunday evening, I'm bumping it, giving you an extra day because I had to change from last night to today. If you use this host code and it's a minimum of $35, you'll get these make and takes that we're doing today for free. And if you bump it up to $50, you get a celebration item as well. Now, in addition to that, you'll get that whole group of designer projects that I'm on the design team for. So you'll get that PDF as well. All right, so that is it. And I'm going to bring these back in, show you what we're doing here. And you guys probably think this is one of those typical boxes, but it's not. Look, it's shaped differently. I hope you can see that. And I wanted to pick something that guys like. So I have some pistachios in there, a sleeve of pistachios, because I think most guys like pistachios. And I wanted the treat to be something like that. So anyway, we're going to get started. And let me grab my stuff here. Okay. All right, so this is the typical card base of 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. Okay. All right. So the base, I am using vanilla today. I usually use Whisper White, but this time I'm using Very Vanilla. I hope you like this. And, I need the backing here. So 2 different sizes. One is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8, and the one that's embossed is 5 by 3 3/4. But I also have a piece of our Country Club DSP, which I think is great for guys. And we're going to snail this on first because if it hangs over a little bit, we can always trim it. And I like really sharp edges. So let me show you this. Okay, I'll put it about right here, and you want to make sure it's straight. Okay, and that looks good, so we're going to go ahead and put it on here. But this time I'm going to use the snail or the adhesive on the bottom sheet. And the reason being is because if you put it on the back of here, you can, when you turn it over, you can actually see where you put this adhesive on. Okay. By the way, if you're watching this via replay, make sure you tell me that as well. Now, one thing I like the trimmer for, the little trimmer, is I am a perfectionist on my projects, so I want to make sure that everything is right. Let me see. Okay, so we're gonna trim this just a tiny bit, just so it's completely even. Look how much that makes a difference to me. So anyway, this is the great little trimmer that comes in your kit until the end of March. Okay, and I see Shelly is on, and she's the one that started this thing about me doing a masculine set. She was here for my bingo this week, and I had a bingo at my house, and she came up to me and said, by the way, you should do a masculine set for Facebook Live. So I listened. So anyway, we have that now. Now I have, let me show you the other pieces here. I have a piece of watercolor paper. Okay, whenever you're using watercoloring or watercolor wash, you want to use watercolor paper if you're putting a lot of water on, okay? And then it is backed with a piece of Night of Navy. And then I did another piece of Night of Navy, and this one is embossed with a Subtles embossing folder. And I just like the texture that it gives. So we're gonna put this one down first. And I'm gonna go very lightly on here so I don't mess up my embossing. Okay, so I'm gonna get this centered. Let's see. I think that's good. Okay, now I'm gonna put this aside a second, and I'm gonna show you how we're gonna watercolor this, okay? So you're using an aqua painter. All right, and that's what this is. It has the barrel, and you just fill it with water. They come in a pack of 2. And what you do first is, it probably still has a little bit of the blue color on here, and that's okay because that's the color I'm using. Okay, so what you're gonna do is squeeze this to get some water out, okay? And then we're just gonna get the paper wet first before you try and put any color on. If you don't, the color doesn't lay down very well. Okay. And I'm not going all the way to the edges. Now you can use re-inker, or you can just use your ink pad, and what I do is push it together, so you'll see I'll get it in the lid. See how I got it in the lid? And now what I'm gonna do is just pick it up here and just put some color on here. And you can keep adding if you want. You can get some, add some darker wherever you want. I don't know what this big blob is right here. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Okay, and then you let it dry, and if you're in a hurry, you can take your heat tool and dry it. Okay. All right, so what I did is I did one off screen so I had enough time to dry. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, let me show you. I'm taking this stamp right here, and I'm just kind of stamping it on here. Let me get my my pad here. I'll tell you, when I made these yesterday for the class last night, I was so frustrated because, let me show you, I was going to use a different color behind it, and I was so upset because when I stamped certain things, it like got too much there. I don't know if people would even notice, but I couldn't do it. I had to throw it out. Okay, so I'm taking this ink pad, or this stamp, and I'm just going to stamp some of these randomly. Okay. All right, so now I want to tell you, we're going to use the Memento ink. Now, because this is watercolor paper, you do have to make sure you have it straight, give it a good push, but don't rock it, and make sure you give it a little bit of contact time because it's so porous, this paper. Okay, so I do the one in the middle first. Okay, so I'm going to try and get this centered, and I'm going to just go straight down, and I'm going to make sure I give it even pressure. Jerry, I am excited. I didn't catch it till it was almost off the screen, and I was in the middle of saying something. Okay, so we're gonna stamp this one. And see how I dropped that one a little bit. And then we're gonna stamp this one over here. Okay, so we got that. Doesn't that look pretty? All right, so then what I have is I ran this through the Big Shot. This little die is part of the golf set die, and I think it's adorable. So now we're gonna take the happy birthday from the Label Me Bold. I love, love, love this type of stamp, and I never thought I would. Okay, so we're gonna just stamp this, give it a good stamp, and I'm doing this on just very vanilla. And I'm doing that for a reason, because I tried it on the other, and because the lettering in here is so small, it just did not look right, no matter how many times I did it, because of the porous look. So and I'm trimming this, and I'm trimming it with a very slim border. And I'm thinking of Shelly right now. This is probably even too much fussy cutting for Shelly. Let me see. I'm going to take this little piece right here. All right. And we're going to put this right on the back. I'm going to bring this in and place this on there. Vicki, I plan on it. I wanted to do something that was a little more, I don't know, universal, I guess, the first time, because not everybody golfs. I don't like how that is. So I wanted to, but I will. Next week, I think I'm going to focus on the new celebration paper. It is so pretty. I've been playing around with it. Okay, see how that is? I like it. Okay, so we're going to put these two together. And you notice even on these I have bows. I'm sorry, I have to have bows. But they're kind of like guy bows. Shelly, you're so funny. Okay. All right, see how that is? Now this is going to go up on dimensionals. I know, Vicki, I know that Dale is a golfer, and there's a lot of golf people in your area, so it's perfect for you guys. So, ladies, please, 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 if you would repin some of my stuff on Pinterest and not just save it, I'd appreciate it, because that helps me do what I'm doing here. Okay, so I'm going to place this on here. And see, it just gives it a little bit of the border of the texture. Now this, I'm going to put on with snail. Or you know what? I'm going to do glue dots. I think it'll stick better. I had Jackson all day today because he didn't have school. And anyway, we played Candyland so much today. And he beat both me and Tony. Both. So he's the champ of Candyland. Okay, so we're going to do a tiny little bow here. Hi, Linda. Believe it or not, I struggle with guy cards too. I guess if I stopped saying I don't like guy cards, it would probably help. Somebody said to me, they go, really? You're going to work on guy cards? Do they even care? Would they care if they got a card from the Dollar Tree or one of your nice cards? I don't know. What do you guys think? Okay, so we're going to do a little glue dot. Yeah, Lisa told me that. We're going to put it about right here. And then put the bow over top of it. See that guy? That's a guy bow. It's cute, but it's not feminine looking. Yeah, I bet, Vicki, I bet it is nice. Okay, so one other thing I want to show you. I got to grab wherever I put them. Now, you can color rhinestones with the black Stampin' Blends marker, and they come out great. But since I have black ones, I'm just going to use these and put them on here. Navy ones would be pretty as well. Okay, so this is the outside of the card. I'm going to go ahead and stamp the inside now. And I have two pieces here. I'm going to make sure I get the smaller one. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to take this little piece right here that looks like either water or grass, whatever. If you make it green, it looks like grass, but I'm going to do it in the Seaside Spray. Let me move this over. Let me see if I have some scratch paper. Yeah. I don't want it to get all over my thing here. Okay, so I'm going to put it on about right there. And then, wherever, we're going to take these again and stamp this. I think that looks so pretty. Okay, let me close this because I know me. Isn't that funny? Thanks for asking your husband. All right, so now we're going to do a set of trees. Okay, I just think these look so pretty. All right, let me get this out of the way. We're gonna snail this together and your first project is done. I think I'm gonna have to start using my iPad up on my screen here so I can see your comments better. Okay, so we're gonna put this in here. Okay, so here is your first card, your first project. I hope you like these. All right, so now we're gonna move on to the next one. Let me show you what this one looks like. Looks like this, and the bow is kind of cockeyed. And that's what the inside looks like. Okay, so let me get my stuff here. Okay, so we have the card base, which is this time 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. I'm just gonna fold that over. I have the two pieces here of Very Vanilla, the 5 1/8 by 3 7/8, and the one that's embossed is 5 by 3 3/4. Doreen, this is the same stuff that Stampin' Up! Sells. I just have a different case. So it's the snail adhesive in the catalog. This, Shelly, are you talking about the set with the guy's stuff on it? I think that's what you mean. Okay, I don't have that yet, but I can get that. Okay, so this is done, and then we're gonna snail these two together. Now this is 4 by 2 3/4, and this is 4 1/8 by 2 7/8. Okay. Doreen is on my team, and when we get on the phone, we are on for a good half hour, giggling and laughing and just having a good old time. Okay, so before I put this on, though, I have to do the twine. So I'm going to wrap this around twice. So I'm going to start with it on the end here. And I'm going to wrap it and wrap it like that, and then cut it off like right there. Okay, now what I do is I'm gonna, instead of just tying these together, I'm gonna loop it under and connect them both together so they're connected. Okay, and then I'll tie it in a knot, because you can't, it's too difficult to tie a bow on here without it in a knot first. And then I separate it just to give it some little bit of character here. Get this looped over there. Okay, and it takes up the tension too when you separate them. Okay, so now I'm going to tie a bow. Twine is the hardest thing to tie a bow with. But good thing these don't have to be puffy and pretty for the guys, like my regular bows. Okay, so there's this one. Okay, so now I can take this off and put it down. Hey, Jeannie. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put this down. All right, so what I did next is I ran this through the Big Shot. This is the Fluid 100 watercolor paper. So I'm going to, again, do a watercolor wash on here. I cut this out first so that I know exactly where the boundaries are for the water. So we're going to add some color. Look how it displaces the water. When I put this down, the water seems to scatter. Now I could have done, I could have done the blue towards the top and a green towards the bottom, but I wanted to do it just like this. Okay, so we're also going to take this little thing here and we'll stamp and stamp. Okay, I'm going to put that aside because I have this one that I did ahead of time. I love, love, love my aqua painter. And it's funny because at first I loved the blender pens. In everybody at my classes, I taught them how to use the blender pens. But then they, when I switched over to this, they fought me on it. But I love them. Okay, so see, I messed that up. So I'm gonna, let me show you what I did here. See how I touched it right there? So I'm gonna move it in a way that my sentiment will cover it up. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it right there and hopefully I won't mess this part up. All right, so we're gonna do the trees again. And I do need to get this. I think I asked you ladies this before, but I'm going to ask you again. Some demonstrators will do 3 different stamp sets when they do their Facebook Lives. And I, of course, focus on one to show you different ideas with the one stamp set. My question to you is, would you prefer that I keep doing what I'm doing or have 3 different stamp sets as projects, for projects? Okay. We're going to fussy cut this out as well. But let me put this down first. We're going to snail this. Because I didn't know if you prefer to get more ideas with different stamp sets. Oh, I want to show you something. Let me grab it. See how the edges will have, I don't know if you can see, but when I flick it off, you'll be able to see. See how they have the little pieces there from the die cuts? That bugs me sometimes. See what I mean? So you can take one of our little sanders and just go around the edge and clean it up. And it takes all that little stuff off. Okay? All right, so let's put this down. I don't like how I... there. Okay, so this is going to go up on dimensionals. Liz, I haven't heard from you in a while. I hope everything is okay. I think, Vicki, you can get them at a beauty supply store for nails. Okay, so we're going to center this right on here from side to side. That looks good. Now we're going to trim this out. If the stamp set has sentiments in it that I want, then I'll stick with that. But if not, I'll find a different stamp set with the sentiments that I want to include. But usually I just stick with one stamp set for design. Okay, back to this. We're gonna, let me see. We need really thin dimensionals here. I love using those. It makes a difference. All the little nitpicky stuff makes a difference from having a card that's so-so to a card that's polished. Okay, we're going to put it more on this side. Okay. Oop. And then hopefully I can cover some of that mess up, which I did. See? You don't even know I messed up under there. Okay, so let me get the rhinestones back out again. Move that down a little. Okay, so here is your second card, but I have to still do the inside, okay? See how they're so different. I mean, just the watercoloring in the back looks a little bit different. Okay, so now let's do the inside. We're going to take the smaller piece and bring this in. All right, so let me open up my ink pad again. It's funny because when you use these types of stamp sets, the ones that build kind of a scene, it makes you feel like you're a real artist. Now this one. And then finally the trees. Hey, Pam from Oklahoma. All right, so look how cute that is. Cover this up. The blue ink pad is Seaside Spray. It's the same color that I did my newsletter project on. I'll grab that too because that is so pretty. Now this is cut way off. I gotta fix this. Let me fix this. I can't stand it like that. Oh, much better. I don't know what I was thinking when I cut those. See how handy that little trimmer is? For those of you that have it, I know you know what I mean. Okay. So here's your second one. Let me grab the project that goes, I just did. I did this project right here for my newsletter last week. So this is the color, Seaside Spray, and then we have the Seaside Ribbon. This little thing is from Band Together, and I fussy cut these out. I think it's so pretty, and that's what it looks like. So this is actually the stamp, and I stamped these twice and that one once, and I fussy cut them and placed them in there. But I love this. But anyway, Seaside Spray. Okay, so now we're going to do the final project, and it looks like this. And you'll have to go to my blog to get the dimensions, because I don't want to see them here. I'll probably screw them up. Okay, but this is just an 8x8 sheet of paper, and I scored it. I think it was 1 3/8 and 2 3/8, 4 7/8, 5 7/8, and 7 3/8. But don't hold me to that. Okay, so we're gonna fold on these, on the score lines, make it nice and sharp. Remember, ladies, if you want these make and takes, all you have to do is place an order by Sunday evening of $35, and I'll send them to you. I put 2 pieces of cardstock on the inside and the outside because I just like the looks of it. I think it looks more finished. Okay, so this is the box. Now, there's no top to it. All it is I roll it over, and then it looks like this, okay? So the side that has this slim piece right here, that's the, like the lip, I guess, or the fold closure. So we're gonna take these 2 pieces, and this is 1.5 by 7 3/4. This piece is 1 and wait a minute. See, 1 1/4 by 7 3/4. This is 1 1/8 by 7 5/8. But like I said, don't hold me to it. Pull that project sheet off my blog at stampinggala.com. Okay. I'll show you in just a second. Okay, so we're gonna put this down. All right, and again, it's a tiny bit. I'm gonna trim that. Okay, so then this is gonna go on right here, okay? This is so simple. These would be great for craft shows. So easy. And a lot of times we don't have stuff for guys at craft shows. So this will be perfect. And see, it just rolls around like this. Now watch what I'm gonna do. I have these little pistachios, and I just got these at Kroger, and they're $1. Okay, so I'm gonna take a couple of glue dots. You can take glue dots or dimensionals, and I'm just putting them right on here just to hold it in place. Okay. All right, I'm gonna center this right here. Okay. All right, so then it just wraps around like that, and when it wraps around, it holds its shape. We're gonna take this, our little twine. I don't even have any adhesive holding it closed. So I'm just going to take this, and I like the fact that this is curly. It kind of adds to it. It looks kind of, I don't know, like outdoorsy. Okay, so trim this off. And again, I'm going to pick up both of these and tie it in a knot. I think I tied it too tight. There. Because I want it to hold its shape. See? It's like a, I don't know what you'd call that. And then I'm going to tie it in a bow. You don't want to tie it so tight that it's not holding its shape. And again, I'm going to separate these. Isn't that cute? All right, so now we're just going to make the tag. All right, I'm not going to go ahead and watercolor this. You saw it a couple of times. So what I'm going to do is just bring this one in that I did earlier. Vicki, it will be nice when you put water on this. It kind of curls up a little bit. Just make sure you have it straight. Now I am going to take this one. Hey, Emmy. I love your picture you shared. I don't know, but these little dots give it such character, I think. This time I'm going to put this on the bottom. Okay. Close this up. And again, hold this. You're so welcome, Emmy. I heard that they, on the news today, Emmy, that they're closing all the schools in Japan. Is that right? I'm going to put this aside because if I turn it over now, it takes that a little bit to dry. And we're going to do the last happy birthday. Remember about the drawings. I have that beautiful bracelet and the stamp set, French Countryside. Oh, I gotta stamp this again. I smudged it with my finger. So if you share this video, you're going to, the winner is going to get the stamp set. And for those of you that repin some of my projects, for every one you get one chance in the drawing to win the bracelet. I'll be pulling on Monday. So I hope that you participate. Try not to touch this too much. It's so tiny. Okay, so put this aside. We're gonna go ahead and snail this together. Okay, see what I mean? How it still was wet. Okay, let's get some dimensionals back here. Just a little piece will do it. And it'll be behind the happy part. For sure, Emmy. How are Ray and Hugo doing? Okay, so this one is going to go right here. We're going to get one more rhinestone. Isn't it amazing how little rhinestones add to a project? Just one rhinestone, nothing fancy. Okay, so I'm going to take a couple of dimensionals. All right, and we'll pop this on right here. And that is your last project. I hope you like these today. I'll get this out of the way so I can bring your projects in here. Here's the 2 cards. So remember, if you want to have these sent right to you, just go ahead and place an order using this host code by Sunday at midnight, and I'd be happy to send these out to you. Don't forget about my class to go, the Dress to Impress class to go. Also, my cruise for next year, registration is open for that, as well as my Finley event. So with that, I want to thank you all for joining me today. I truly, truly appreciate each and every one of you and the time that you spend with me, usually on Wednesday nights. It doesn't go without it doesn't go unnoticed, and it isn't taken for granted. So thank you so much, and have a great evening. Bye-bye.